Today, in concert with our allies, we will agree a massive package of economic sanctions designed in time to hobble the Russian economy.
Russia is feeling the shock of Western sanctions.
They will hit the Russian economy hard.
Well, so far, it hasn't turned out as many had imagined.
After almost 2 years under Western sanctions, the Russian economy is growing. The average income is up, unemployment at a record low, and the budget deficit is still manageable.
Over 2 years after the invasion of Ukraine, Russia remains the most sanctioned nation globally. However, its economy is projected to grow faster than any G7 democracy this year, surpassing the forecasted growth rates of the US and the Eurozone. In 2022, Boris Johnson pledged to squeeze Russia from the global economy.
The UK is announcing the largest and most severe package of economic sanctions that Russia has ever seen.
President Joe Biden asserted that sanctions would impose a severe cost on the Russian economy, both immediately and over time.
Putin is the aggressor. Putin chose this war, and now he and his country will bear the consequences.
Contrary to these warnings, Russia's economy has demonstrated resilience against the sanctions. Moscow's adaptability in restructuring its trading relationships and bolstering domestic demand has enabled it to endure the economic challenges. The sanctions were crafted by the West with their own interests in mind, aiming to ensure that Russia continues to produce fossil fuels despite sanctions on its energy sector to avoid a significant surge in oil prices. Higher oil prices would have been counterproductive for Western economies, so the sanctions and subsequent price caps were designed with some flexibility. As a result, while Russia's fossil fuel exports to most of Western Europe have decreased, the overall export volumes have remained relatively steady. The oil that previously went to Europe is now being absorbed by other markets, particularly China and India. Since 2022, China has steadily replaced the European Union as Russia's primary trading partner and tech supplier. Meanwhile, increased military spending has provided a significant stimulus to the broader economy. Investments from corporate and state-owned enterprises and strong private consumption within Russia have promoted growth alongside robust oil exports. Russia claims that Western sanctions on its critical industries have increased its self-sufficiency, with private consumption and domestic investment remaining strong. The Russian state is injecting massive amounts of cash into the economy. Military mobilization has contributed to the current labor shortage, making jobs easier to find and keep. Wages have increased significantly over the past year, with most workers, including the lowest earners, receiving a 20% raise due to state-funded injections. This increase helps counterbalance inflation, which remains above target at 7.7% in February. The rise in wages is boosting recovery in the consumer sectors and fostering a sense of stability and confidence. The shortages once caused by Western sanctions are no longer a major issue, as Russian equivalents have replaced popular Western products on the shelves. In the near term, yes. However, the evolution of the oil market could significantly impact Russia's revenue, whether due to reduced export volumes or falling barrel prices. A more pressing issue expected to become evident before 2030 is Russia's demographic decline. Like in other countries, Russia's population and workforce are shrinking. Although this issue is recognized, it has been temporarily set aside as the government focuses on more immediate concerns, such as sustaining the economy during the ongoing invasion of a neighboring country.